It's your boy Keith Raider, and I'm back in the mix. So the Raiders won today. It's honestly it's not nothing to get too high over. Um, the Titans got a young quarterback, so it was good to get the win. But you also got to point out that the Titans got a young quarterback, so it's not as it's not as impressive as like beating like a veteran or like a Pat Mahomes or like a Justin Herbert in our division. It was a good solid win, like, but at the same time I'm not gonna complain for a win. Like, it's a win, a win. But they also played who was in front of them, and they played pretty well. Honestly, the defense was really the thing that really had us in this game. I'm looking at the stats right now. Cam Ward, he had 222 passing yards, which he just got at the end pretty much. A touchdown, an interception. So, yeah, they held him to a pretty cool game. Like, he didn't go too crazy, but, I feel like they held him to a good standard for pretty much the whole game. The defense had 5 sacks. Max Crosby had 2 of those. Had some tackles for loss. Just overall, Max had a great game, especially with him being in the room trade rumor talks. I definitely hope that's not, valid. I mean, the team could want your player, but that don't mean that you trade him, right? So, yeah, I mean, we all know, Raiders fans, we all know that Max Crosby is the captain of this team, and if he get traded away, it'll definitely leave a hole in the locker room. Even though we got like some young players that could take that spot and become the captain eventually, I think it'll demoralize our locker room, and I don't think they should do that at this moment. Maybe, in the future they might trade him, but just doing that right now is just it's not a good look overall. Like, one of the hardest working men in the league. He's our team captain. I mean, probably one of the best Raider players of this, of the 2000s. So yeah, it's definitely not a smart move to ship him off. I think our team just got to get better at drafting as a whole, so we don't have to go and trade away assets to hopefully hit in the draft and replace an asset that we already had. It just don't make no sense. But yeah, today, Ashton Genty, he had a good game. Like I said before, you at least get Genty 20 carries, and that's pretty much what they've been doing. And Genty been playing good. He got 75 yards for 3.3 yards a carry and a touchdown. And I get it, you want him to have a little bit better on the average yards per carry, but our line is just not the best. I mean, he making things happen, but really, like, not having Colton is a bummer, and JPJ is making that inside seem a little better, but you got Glaze on the outside. it just needs some work. And so yeah, it's good to see Genty do his thing. And also like with Geno, he played a okay game. It wasn't nothing to really talk about, but I mean, this is more like how you want him to play. He did still have some mistakes, but it wasn't too crazy, right? And I mean, his yardage was way down, and that's okay because we don't want Geno playing hero ball at this point. And I think this is our recipe to winning games, and it's kind of been our recipe. Um, it really depends on how they play. If they stack in the box and we're able to get it to our receivers, get it to them, but don't force it. Like I would rather us run the ball early, get the run going, so we could kind of control. And let's just say our run is not getting it, screen, like, like simulate run type plays, screens, short passes. And that's something that you've seen today, especially like, with Trey Tucker, you had Michael Mayer who was in there, who got some short passes and got yak. Like that's the type of stuff you want to see from this team. And I mean, Geno can throw that deep ball, but you just don't want him doing it as much as he was doing it. And you see that he made less mistakes. So this is our recipe for winning. Let the defense work and run the ball. And, that's pretty much what's going to get us our wins. So, yeah, like I said, it's not too much to really get excited for. We 2-4, so it's still an uphill battle. We got the Chiefs next week. That's going to be an interesting game. I still think like the Chiefs aren't as dominant as they've been in the past, and I think that it's a possibility that the Raiders can sneak something out, but they just going to have to really play smart football. And even the mistake of Geno throwing an interception next week, that could be the game. That could be the difference maker between the game, because Patrick Mahomes, he give you a chance to throw it to get an interception from him, but for the most part, he's not like he don't make too many mistakes. And so if we're not playing mistake-free football, that one interception could be the thing that pretty much, is the game. So, yeah, with that being said, though, like I said, it's always good to get a W. And I'm kind of interested to see the next stretch of games. So we got the Chiefs. We got like a bye week. And then after that, I believe it's the Jags. I'm going off the top. Jags, Broncos, and then the Cowboys. And all these games, they could possibly win. Like none of them is too out of reach. Like they could possibly do it. I think the Jaguars may, just off the how teams look right now, maybe be the harder team to beat, but they still could possibly beat all these teams, but they just gotta play smart football. But yeah, man. Who? Man, Keith Rader out.